there's a whole lot going on in the country, a whole lot of corruption, a whole lot. There are indeed issues in the country, and we will be discussing it right here. We'll be giving you some bit of newspaper review. After that, we'll be giving you some sports, and then we get to our main topic. There are interesting topics to be discussed today, and so don't go anywhere. Stay with me. I'm going to be here. But let me ask you this: do you aspire to be a radio presenter? Do you aspire to be a news reporter? Do you aspire to be a disc jockey? DJ? Do you aspire to be, anything in the media? If you aspire to be any of these, then let me recommend Premium Media College for you. Yes, Premium Media College. This is where we nurture you into the journalism fraternity, where you come out and then wherever you are being placed, of course, you know that yes, you are fit into the society. And so enroll now. Our forms are out, very affordable, and then our fees are moderate as well. We have flexible mode of payment. You can just talk to management and then you can have your own way of payment. Indeed, it is not about whatever that we do, but we think about you, how succeed in the journalism fraternity. I am your host, Nana Eboa. I'll be going for a quick commercial break. When I come back, newspaper review is next. I'll be right back.
Media ni jeba fie empo scan ni ho a onim se empem agro e mo bi kra ni tipai na etumi jai onim dia empasa agro timi ye wait na make catch us ope so wo dudu a efa empem agro ho a sie kundwa no ni of nature Friday you may be 8 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. no onim me entwetwe emfa odo empaso ju media no isim bisani bi say ani kowa ye hwe eye samene medofo eni ampaso agro na semeni anje a metumi ka hwe madamfo dodo na aka we hu nti na me se hwe me oh Premium TV ni yentumi endi enkomo me ka se odom paso a no waje so okọ eni ni ji ewo
baby I'm not do it dear man I'm coming I'm so me adore you I'm not do it yeah I go show you love make sure we take it down go be yeah
media ni jeba fie empo scan ni ho a onim se empem agro e mo bi kra ni tipai na etumi jai onim dia empasa agro timi ye wait na make catch us ope so wo dudu a efa empem agro ho a sie kundwa no ni of nature Friday you may be 8 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. no onim me entwetwe emfa odo empaso ju media no.
Alright, so welcome back from the commercial break. You're still watching Premium Express right here on Premium TV. Of course, we are about to do our newspaper review, and then there's a whole lot in the news today, and I believe you need to know because, well, I wouldn't want to tell you everything, but some, I don't know if we should think about them as, I don't know if they should even be in the news because some of them are very shameful to our leaders in the whole and even our appointees in government. But at the end of the day, it is all about you and we need to get you updated. So it has to be in the news for us to get you updated. I have with me one of my usual panelists. I mean, she's not usual as well. I mean, my first time having her on my show. And very interesting. I have with me Magdalene Ausi. Magdalene, baby, I will call. Why if I come so I'm saying, oh, the family. Hodi ya mempe. Dabi baomi ade menyini. Oh. Nti amampeni bebrebe wo wiase nyina baomi na ode na ema me. Na se me so ma no ode. Nese no kwakwa ne se no kwakwa ne so peso chese me so me twantro ni bi on. Sa sani awo kase baomi no ode baomi no de so de tronko an enti unyini wo na what in was akoka biem unti no waka what is the ade ono wo fixing niam bebre wo Ghana o so what there na niam wo fixing wo bi there
eno mi asem no
enti make us go dey true yo yanko na yanko hwe ne wo ko wakata mo na
okay mini aba mama da se ni akonya kese a wodi amame anopa ntia kese enkoma ya hwefu nyina wono ehwe ewo premium TV so se de o kai no nsem de da bi etwagu ewo Ghana ibadie ba bia na ko de bokrata da ko ni mu de ane ese wani ete se e ka kire enti me de aye de Ghanaian Times ene de e sha ase e de ama ya hwefu
o ya no ama oni so kakra ma me
okay Manini wo from one.
Se sa no boy. Sa yo. Mama nkase wani oni na make.
And mama fa ye the Ghanaian Times emfa sha ase. Over Ghanaian Times Kratafa edikan no say we won't go back to classroom where a U-tag defines NLC order ntino. Say nyina ye be kaya. Eye mpanifo lecturers o mo charge o school omo ati atwa na nse ye se je se nyama bi nkoyi eni ti omo no nya de a omo be kwa kwachira de no na Ghanaian Times e de mo asemba no e wakata fe di kan na momu no ofa Ghanaian Times a obekwa konya sa asemu nyina e wakata fa e to so dunson e wa Ghanaian Times na momu fa paper ni se si ati se wuti boya e watam Ghanaian Times front page no se wakata fe
ebo ho
Sabe pepe ena eti sanso ena sa Ghanaian Times you ya wasi press AKUFFO ADDO pleads for endorsement of MMDC nominees
na Magdalene se MMCC se AKUFFO ADDO achekura atoto
kasa wo ho sa
enne wo china ye hu hwe
se o pa chere se mpani fodi ko ha wo ya de aye tibia bi hye wo monsa wo mo hwe so nyu na afidi ya se sika kakra ba no na wo de wo wunim Ghana
omu ditumi no kre
isle go na mo di o mani sa enti nei ye de Ghanaian Times so de ho asem aba wo se afidi na nado je se wo di atumu ansa se afidi wabema kan na chese sampani fui ya shasi yi omo ne woso ya assembly man ne woso ya na triple ya ne ye ba be sama live na obia ba bi o se fata no ye de no akwakoto eno so ukọ Ghanaian Times a Kratafa eto so dunsia obenya sa asemi e wo ne mum animu no eno mo di kan e di sanse wi na be den ebe ku se ne be ya wan ka se wani boss a e be twon de won se Ghana nsem e wo enti ma men ko pebi na men kwato na men kinkan me de aye the Daily Statesman esai ade to amoso ofa Daily Statesman the Bokrata no Kratafa edikan no was it police kill 3 armed robbers foil attempt to rob a businessman sa se me no na chese aye de power be for pantempo so papa enye asim kuma me abema na nsen se enye se me predia san obi ena be fa aduro de akum obi anambo so no akasa beji ne kra fi ne nsam dia na tese kronbo na o ma ne nkoyi
my Ghana edin
aduro for the kronbo ena tese o mo de komo ya ye dumi nwa bi ena da bi atade ba kwa bisi ye enti no wode aba wo se aposifo atumi akum eye akonfa remfo miensa tese wo mo yo mo adwe so mo kwa kowia eye obi atese wodi mu pa wo sika wo si ho ankasa wu no say yes be ma di owo bi enti omu kwa koku no ana tese aposifo omu no mko hia ya biensa afaso atona nanom ewo ense do eno ewo Daily Statesman Kratafa etoso miensa mienu eso
koto daily statement the bokrata na miewani na biemu obiemu akokrata fa edosu mienu obehu sa asem ya mekan ewo economy na ehwa so I was say 1D 1F starch factory a dream come true for me where your hini be and I just say wo born anado abaso no se nanado 1D 1F starch factory or the buy on there I assume ya just say aba mu ama no tumu so ande akoyie ma na papa na nado nyom odi gu aba mu no one day that be on ne man for bro no wo so anako say ba bi amantem obutu a wodi na hensem no utumu say akoyie ma no eno so daily statement e de honsem aba na wo papa ba mu ye no wapi hayi
ye
wapi wa ha
asema ba
wa woni me na yi e hye mi ne lensi fani agro
so omo mienu nyina hye ayi o
na funi tikaye do
sika de ede
scared was it but we urges NPP members to avoid pettiness pettiness mom we and also daily statement e dia bakrata fa etosu mienu ho na uti ubi unya bi krata fa etosu mienu be 1D1F starch factory dey say on he be so on dey akoyie ma no e ho akro na obesa hu ba umi a wo hye na yi ate say microphone etwa na no a wakasa na waka kire eye NPP nko for say woman twa mo ho every aye say pettiness ho na ne wo ye ndisi ne wo kwaye ho ayi bi dia ne ba umi aka kire NPP nko for say won twa mo free won and daily statement so ne dia just whatably e de ba ne anope eno no message obi ankotobi na won kan ne be boye nyina papa san so e na misa e di daybreak the bokrata no e san e di emma mo sen yete pepepe over daybreak or say finance ministry not on GRA board ofori actors man dropped and ofori ata wa ede
asemu ye asemi a ofori ata na obeka I think 3 days ago no Friday and obeka say you were 60,000 lawyers were Ghana wontua tax and he said 60,000 lawyers need to ya na say GRA one was yeko because one man tax no enti se wontua dia na wo se ho na wokọ ji won sika na na maybe say ye den because tin number ya yesi obi ampe bi obi aye bi enti se obi a lawyer na so wontua tax a ohu enti wo twen den wonwu asana ana wondi ni sika nyina nwie
enti e be sa asem a wo kan na muso nti na tese ye o tese if you so do dia ba ne se wo se asoya wo mo no mo hwe sika ho nsem so o ko dia me check Ghana Revenue
Authority
wo mo ayi so a wo mo ni ho no fori ata nipa no onka ho bi
wa he
wonka ho wo mo yi na free wati ase ai se me America se na se wo dia asim dia be kan ya nyi abraba ka wanu tum wati ase ne yi wa free board wo mo enti ano daybreak the wakrata no katafe dika mo nya ba bia mfa mo ani mo wana ana mo dia betare obi anhwe na won kotobi no kenkan na ye papa o say co adjournment still at post at national security where in Nigeria for say security co adjournment still at post at national security ane we just say adjournment any just say nkophobia aka na ye kire say womo eda so ewe national security side of
yeah call Ajiman one na national security no we director ho the church say betins and same kakra fa national security ho ananka we say yeah but e come here say say my money e won nti obi ya to me ka de wope
we kwa okoto eye daybreak the bokrata me nua be ma na me fa ne se wa chi mu ama wa ne sa o say your Kwanza achievement unprecedented chief to president ayo we die enya be na me ka o daybreak the bokrata no dia ba me dia akire mu me chire mu akire wo se ne be ya okoto a wotin ya me ka na betumi aboa okra ma no betumi akenkan asem ni na wate ase wo say Kwanza ohene pon a wo Kwanza wo dia ba na daybreak so to me ho ase atwe de fefefe wa twe ne katese caption na kese angasa asa be nsan no wade aba wase na na dwe wo wonu ma aba be yo Kwanza ha no se no enso ani enye fempo kese ye di tumu ba bia enye yie eni timi nua be ma daybreak so dia wade eba ye no premium TV ahwefo sign air to us at your mamma. Now, the finder and a sign at the air come. The finder, instead of the finder did this, the chronicle, the almost some the American commission and the ocean. These are men of interprofit, so you bet to us what I said. Oko aye the finder Catafanda di kind was say GH 59.1 million ECG matters. Conductors abandoned.
We know what I say. I say 59 million Ghana cedis. ECG meters conductors abandoned. You know what can I say? One will say, "Oko ECG you one was share meters I de basso. Na ye share see be chama wo manfo no. Na eno na sasika putina wo tse meter ne bo no. Ye gusa obi anhwe.
Jama conductors no so ye twa na bo. Sa na o ba kire. Enti eno na me nua be mai akire mu je se Ghana ha no mo de senye sika ho nsam pa na nse de kunkunkunku awu e na ekoso enti fanda so de a watabli e de e ba ye eno mo o san ese AKUFFO ADDO achievement in Kwanza Canada je se nanado nyoma ni bi wo ha okoye wo ba bia ene ya hemfo ene mpo ama ahodo a na mpo se mantemu ahodo e wo man Ghana mu kurokure ebi mu asode etia se o mo de ankoyi amfa ama wo mo. But the new crusading guide so a sign at the air camera and some of a door so papa, it was said in so mamma sunny city, a woman in premium TV here, and a tewa, any minion bema, or fanana, you will hire better bring in our church with your mouth or tat. No what to me I can kind at it assented. New crusading guide, you say, Occupy Ghana chases health minister, calls for his resignation, yo. We the new crusading guy got a felt also means any
asemu kura ebedi hu nkomo ene ebedi hu nkomo ene de kire se ensem no epejaba na ebedo sukoso na ye hu dia ekọ wo mu de kire se eniema bi a epejaba no kamia ye se ntwa yie ma o man Ghana ntwa yie ma o man Ghana okay, if you say and some year by the anisusu but me sunny to tin sembi o de no ye bedi hu komoti me pese meka
o de ye nto aso ranity enti and also new preceding guide o de buy no si chese occupy Ghana for one more joku aye apomdi so ani ne so papa so for no and e hwe apomdi hu nsem so o mai mo joku ne so one more pray say ye nyini mfiri ho kra optimu say tene me nua be mai kan yi say nye sika di na akoso ye di ebiem ana bi mpa ne oba bi won fa tutu ya Ghana ha no me de no na mpani fo no wo mo ye wo wunim na na wunim e de minim dada and no say trade minister set up soya bean regulatory task force export permit committee and they say baba export soya bean na
the aye no say yati yakotwa ahomam ama adwuma a kyese company ebe so ya beans ni bia no na ye bompa ese enkoye se dia commander sugar factory ene bibia nkosi enkonkosi se dia ye be ya wie no ye se ye fan crofo ana ye disika sei na hyemu na be ko wie ye hu hwe se to me export e so ya beans a it's a plus for the country ebe bo man Ghana na ne saso se ankoba saso dia enkrofo bi e wo se ye bi so mo se
nti anu no odi aba ai new crusading guide wo se enje krakra no empanifo e se trade minister so ani a wono na hwe se dwade hu nsem so wo man mu se wo de nyama ko be kwama no ne anako se bi be free ho aba e wo man mu na makoton na so wato wo se die no ana ke se nei body abetudwa ese enche kra wo mo ayi impanifo bi a wo mo be hwama ya makwan na yetumi e de yeso ya bi eno so de e boni padwan papa mi se pa me pe na so ya
o pe won
o me pe ha na so sha se mi antimi dia me
oh odi so ya na wo me ena se wonni bebere ntia
me do e go ha bi to si
to so to si de o ye dem me
enti new crusading guide ono so ne dia wode e de ba ye no the chronicle we dey am shuru no ensam ne wo mu de ho ono owie a wonim de oye wode eye akutia quotation
Sao. Ya o kan ase mani twa so da ma me ko he.
Sawa hu. E na ma kan hye ne nso. Na ne kro di bi bae.
Common nchiremu no kore.
Aya wo dwene ho a won ti ase.
Watwe madwen ase bibi so.
Ma me kan ya katafo di kan no. Wo ko da chronicle a mo hye ne so fama me sakrata we. Ni hu papa me aka sa me kan kwa me shuro no. Was in no way. You can't leave Ghana. Court held deportation of Chinese illegal miners over GH 16 million. Oi, already issue. Na Ghana de bibia illegal.
Ohun se we ya Chinese fo a omabebo wo man ne ka 16 million Ghana cedis ebi wo mo.
We mo ye omo ho asem ba mi ntwa wa no. We ho asem ba ye nye no.
Chinese for you. So one who say, Emrano Chile say, Obi, a young from so woman more, would in the crew. Now, Erona, your court to say that be you come the over court, name a cana wapon, also which you have here. And see, what will please say your former crew to David, obey to your own to me more, to boy 160 million now, because I saw 160 billion. Wait, old currency 160 billion. I bet me a year coin, you bet me 60 schools. And the answer, Ube, the answer. So,
when we see a company, many other match them now, my man so was it Chinese for my night, one way, and I'm not some control the chronicle the book and I'm moving woman. Our ball for woman in Samarfo. So, on winning getting kitty, and on which now one way and I 1 now 1 way she knows my city say, and when a pampers ya by 1 way she be. Then no, and I had to almost a woman to say Hancock, and I just saw 1 more answer a woman cheek, and I said the worker at every diaba was it a bit that 1 way to me from my gun and with Sapa. Send you many other maker or map or mine car, or maybe illegal mining now, many other map. Chinese, you know, I don't say go to a hassing to have it.
So what she said. So what my
penny for you.
So cook Rubia, so I say, woman name, and I share a deal crew. Say, Udua, baby son. If I say, one on a bachelor. And I answer, Sebi, you, Sebi, pin from anymore. I don't know from Kaka. And ye Kaka cratch the war. What Jai be a more man. 1,000 Ghana. 1,000 Ghana. The more 1,000 Ghana, you cool. Ofia could see you or Kojibi. Why? Ofia could see you or Kojibi.
Was it, Mammy, some for chronicles and is asking where some to say, as I'm not saying, Occupy Ghana wants health minister sacked. I have minister, I'll comedian show any day on why there was one for no shop for me, myself for my girl. Yes, I know for no money.
Sir, or Koto vaccine a bill my Ghana no. We hear this car. No, to which. Now, one say, a bit more crana would dear what planet, but we one planet. One planet, and Tia said, a book piano. You didn't call a yes, Parliament Select Committee and you. Now, somebody beside no went to me, Yano. Never said, the Muya. No, correct.
And you upon the car at a factor to unite. I want assassin me and was it. Family accuses police of unlawful seize of lands.
Now, Hannah me pese, a beer, a minute more. Me free lawyer bini eni na di nkomo lawyer Sosua oye MP Emma Madina constituency na tie ni minim kwan a police ni anatumi a police ni wo se masizi wasase na minim emre wo msa so
yeah sure eduebo obisi if say assassinate go ha utumu se to ya no nya kwan pa so no fa to you mate ase
se asase bia ya to wo de ni se ukoto asase a wo de ni se obekoye kratasem ewo so na se ya kratasem so dada obeko land commission na wakohwehwe mu se asimazi se wo to asase amami o na eye ne dia so hu wankoye we nyina na ukoto na kire enye ne dia usika yedi eno ni mistake ka wo manfo bebreye if he says so sika no o de koto ade o se hu se obenya mfaso mfaso ne se obekwohwehwe hu se okay ade na meto no ne sa pepepe na meto na wan koye sa na ekofa chire dia ene na se
someone for now try a shanty near chatwa when the Bokra tied Babba Sumo, our premium TV, so ABC News.
Correct.
ABC News, the Bokra, Mia, Papa, more for a more financial family.
So, yeah, dear, we know what do be.
And a second lady should have more person. Your papa side of
no, correct. No, correct.
And you was it, NPP will break 8-year election cycle. But Mia assures.
Mammy, Miss, what did you say? 2024 NPP very needy.
And yes, but we are saying on what the other, what I say, and ABC News is every day. Was he one big breaky?
Yes, maybe 2024.
One base cyber.
No, correct.
Ghana for the village would you do? What you say, and I don't know, maybe you are, but me have it to me about.
No, correct. No, correct.
And it's a pepentino. We knew Abema. Memfa Ensia, na to what to Medians for my
Medase, pa, and a dear Wabboy Juma. So no Wabboy Juma, dear. Your poma, Mamma Quasi or joint to be or down home, and take Connie. Mamma Quasi or Jube and Kuana Mutu Vinesse. Or the I check you how far Wabboy Juma. And Magdalene, Medase. All right, so that was Magdalene. We just finished with our newspaper review, and of course, you heard whatever that went on in the news. It is a bit pathetic in a way, as much as I wouldn't want to say corruption, but time will tell. I'll be going for a commercial break. When I come back, up next is sports. I'll be right back.
Aya apomtentene adwuma onim se
All right, so welcome back from the commercial break. You're still watching Premium Express right here on Premium TV. Of course, your #1 morning show in the capital now. And yes, after the and before the commercial break, I told you in sports, and I have with me a gentleman, always been him on camera, and then a whole lot. I mean, one friend of mine that we've always been doing our thing in the studio. You all know how we do it, you know. And so I have with me Nana Enoch. Abusia, maybe I work on there. Hey, also what's his rule? Oh, I said I wouldn't need me. Don't you send me the me so it's our ube kwaji kakra. Sa mamu no de sa o. No kre. Utumi wura ho kra benya business aye. No and embom no kre udika pia udika. Yo, na they say ayi heart fuoi na o ma fa cup afa FA aka hu FA cup nyina ma fa league asa fa FA cup aka hu
in the grand star FA
oh wo ma yade o
FA one say the bia ka say consistency ya dia ewa the baby player ya bash has to full management some players ya bash on some and still they keep the management they keep the players and they share sisiamo
papa
say the crew bia e be host to Ghana bia has magic
e be nye crew bia
oh nya ye die
nye crew bia sa
what you FA cup
I don't chese obetumi afa bibia o
dem bi na baba wonte o de ka kire me
so
dem bi say president of this week or president cup and has magic
koto betumi a share house
oh koto ko e wo mu no mo league house ji ye
say the league o
FA cup na koto ko na house
na say those days I so da bi enye yen so koto ko fa eye cup no say na no so house wo
yeah got these days those days they say triple yeah got these days
it's that the whole can the best team in Ghana
the best team in Ghana Accra House of Folk
hey
obia to no budget double
na sesi ano ya meeting say sesi ano wafa league and wafa FA cup enti ono na be decide team a
obeko Africa
adie de
but em say esro for you say because you say
omo ankobo ni mienu
esro for so
oh send say oh chance na ba ko bobi ade no antumi andu ho abeto na nso wo de ye besire na nso de mie mpia ma wo ebi akra ni akoyi o ma film na wo mom na ya pia ma wo no akọ anim enye se animugase no de ye de odi
nim se ferio but o kire se ka bi ni ade ti nya de betumi akọ but onim ade aye wan wo se NTN FA Cup yes ye mo preparation money $800 what you say for preparation money $800,000 $800,000 and that's now no one say preparation money here has and so they win that's can aside the price money aside the price money because price money they has now they say price money there the money
say team a wo kono wo ne ye de ma wo
oh that be na say the ade mo mbra na che say ni obe win your Africa no e de ma Africa is so has na win your woko and no because of our league into our Champions League also on Africa they say FTM money no says cannot no money
and the idea
because say has na win most says can so the man obe win it is on win no say mo the man wana
say preparation money you be winning preparation money
that's right
enti say even though me no mafa cap no na me say okay wo kwa wa ho boabo a wo de be kɔ no eno ho sika na ye de be ma wo so wo hu enti say bia e de ma wo kra na e bia 800,000 na ko wati be 200,000 bia ma me na me so me dey check me how far because me no mama wo no tu so wo hu samo mu de nka be poa
na document a wo ye no wo de ato so headline send you baby ni MTN FA Cup the price money here answer and the preparation money on back of
any sadia has in fact Champions League ni maye
Benjamin na wo san me
say what was it ansem
Benjamin na wo san me Champions League wo fata Champions League
it is say ya kotoko say wo mo de wo nko bi enti why na wo hemu aye de be ma no
as good na kono so stand better way so be no so dem say o dem document ko Africa no Yes, yeah,
Hey!
Oh, yes, yeah, because we said before semi-final of the MTNFA Cup, Cup for the by said teams no submit or more possible for Africa. Kotoko has a register in a medium register, but as good and register. Until later, who say a full year
position over to me, I'll call.
I know when I say I close to doors.
Ah, sure. It's
a
piano.
What you say?
Kawe
straight.
Preparation money 800,000 and the money won't pass.
I don't know media man force to be two just on to go but as some person you tell. Management
media man say one. None nice will be a slow. Yeah, woman can now. That's what I can't with you. I can't many teams no. I can't many teams. Kakotoko dear.
Say any man should be a Kotoko person or Trinia. Maybe to me,
they stand the opportunity of
because you are the second, one out of second or league. Obviously, say MTN Cup could be winner and Ankasa or then you qualify to be the next
exactly
of Africa, but almost
and we crown him and Kahasi, the Mamos and the Bayamway rivals near her okay.
Oh, yeah, even Ghanaians will call for it.
Exactly.
Will call for it, but I say,
and Kotokosuma team, I mean, for some years now, one Amoko championship for my in Africa, my so
oh, say for bragging right in tea. Kotoko fans in person, ever say, has for vacancy.
Yeah, Mamma Solot and Mamma At the end of the day, Moko.
At the end of the day, no.
A competition.
Now you prove, say, maybe they see or late, and went to me
and you have
African,
but to me, I something. At the end of the day, say a friend and you Kotoko fans in the moon. And you Ghana.
So they better catch and now concerning the management. Oh, yes, wrong. Yes, wrong. Say, if this decision will take here, no. It's because of pride in the IBS trade.
Me, I was saying the idea. Come here and send me the American Koya has ya Nessa.
If you got to go,
yeah, idiot. Next season, Kotoko Winia, no matter. Because I have from one.
I say, oh, said that me that die hard, maybe a support team.
I won't say die hard in the air. Nadia Kumano could yet have a hero. So if you say, oh, where the Akotoko ye, if the league, Akumomo tea ye, and call FA Cup. So Muga fi Hamudi be yemi. So fi Hamudi be yemi. Kotoko de Mudi be yemi. Nanka me fi say FA dear.
That's right.
Can ye so ye de pusu yanum. Na ye pusu yanum na fe ankoye ye na.
I said, do baby, no say Abebuaba. I say, Abebuaba, Kotoko, because they went to me and Jelly, you know, and has a son, Shano, and look on there, Yano, Bakra, the MTNFA Cup, and I say, I could be a watch of rain, the movies are. Oh, and then it took them by surprise how I bring pictures in the boy. Now, sure, or we are Kotoko, myself, something Kotoko, trophies.
Me, nothing who say. This year, so because I'm pumping good team in because Barato no Papa de me person.
And you have been out of Kokita white or I think say a profile bear for Crown. Kotoko one kofa injury coach injury coach. Sure. Play a player coach or no ever say there's a way now.
No mukra was a I was fire Emily.
All right, this is Mama Emma Wakaba, Efa, Premium Express, or Premium TV Ghana, Sabri, Ebraso said, and yeah, we would someone, yes, I can't and so ever down, ever 20 so Shenison, Sir, Edino, Enoch, Nana, Amako, Nana B, and the just was Sabri, and someone at Dawson. Now, answer no, Canona, young more and we see the papa of the house, Mr. Kingsley Tete, Papa, and brother, Nana, birthday. And yet, as I'm talking about, and now, oh, the birthday power of your heart, I say, we are some saying now, come in, train my media last show. Come I immigration last show, so they change, me call him on so. I was supposed to say,
what do you call?
Oh, birthday, no, you see, sometimes I say, I could call Obe, you know, a best
No,
so na wuchin sa wuchin na wuchin
madwuma me dey atena fa ko
wuchin and na birthday no koso e koso na efe
ma ti say red wine ni ade ade but so dey na niji red wine ho na niji red wine ho ntia dey
one kwa 3 bottles
Akoye
kwa 3 bottles
akoye no kre
et said the no ya wish ya papa Mr. Kisley happy belated birthday baba ya ko nshira oba wani so ade no bia na ode so ede so no ombo ho peja na enkon kan enfama no twidi apo na ko edi sabe me to aso ede ensem no ema dia na ye be sha se de fi amano ne na no dai na abrante Jack Grealish etumi ekosan ede ma Manchester City sisi ade o che se o hwe sikapotin a City for ede aba be fa no ede aba ne dia e ade otumi live up to expectation o che se nya de oba be dia brokra o ma emehwe Etihad keke ne mu oba be gire mu atotontena aboa ama City eye liga wo mo eje ye no betumi assign a defender so na Champions League na no day Chelsea for edifi o mo sem no wo mo betumi so akwakotam ede esi o mo na so away ene ensem a Brandt Jack Grealish enso ede aba betu dia wonu sa Brandt sika City for tam de koma ekoto no eye 100 million pounds a emu eduye papa adon se keka kan hu na no enso before che se emu otu ana abrante ajepene enso ede eye pen AC paper so asensan krata ede akoma eye City for se ampa oba eno mu aba betwa so asi akan amanema dia koyi ede ma Manchester City bobobo yeto so ede ensam so amawa isi ade Roma for HSN ne aye ne de na anya aye san se omo ebomodi an se omo de sikapote 34 million pounds ede ekwa kofa abrante Abraham Tommy Abraham ede afi Chelsea boboko no san se abrante no utimi se ne akika ko na Lukaku ebomodi aba be piem ewo Chelsea san se o chese o unfinished business bi o wa ananwa day went to be a today o free Inter boboko no na wodi nani achire ewo Chelsea san se continue na nchia na ekọ so pese o san ba na obeboa ebe totontena ede eboa Chelsea san se o hwa ania abrante timo we na egu animu a wo no so echechere to na bia defending no defending ball no ebokora ntimi nkwatena mu a ohunu se onu Lukaku no obetumi ayemo ade ase timo we na intene ya abrante na jepene dream ewo London a oba besi akan ede aboa Chelsea na no na Roma for Chelsea debi watna ho ema abrante Tommy Abraham the ball no ense kwasa abrante so training mu a ototo tran yie ba intene wo mo so etam sikapote 34 million pounds ede ekwa ko Chelsea for se monye na munja ma abrante Tommy Abraham no besi akan enfama Roma na hye so se Roma no boboko coach a okita Jose Mourinho na no dai utumu se okoye seseme ema referee friendly match a wo ebo no referee ede akoko anase red card ede ema papa ya opamo no ede ni free bench na so na players a wo sutre musi akan de ma Roma no mako miensa wo mu na so ede red card wo ha utumu se friendly match so na Jose Mourinho one dey say dey wuni no ba bibia no ode na agro no ekọ enya sempeto akra ema Roma for ebo 8 against 11 na end afem eno enam so ema Real Betis football me kapol enum ema omo etibu mienu a papa HSL we na no omo dey to machi omo twen say league ne shase a Roma e betumi ayi bibi ewo Italian Serie A enum a eno so ye dey ensem no ebro na se sia dey yakwakopiemu enso ewo Hurricane akache na ano na ebeko onko enkofo chese papa yi wanya dan kwama bi ne akika ko ne de eyade a abrante Hurricane obebu na ketem akwakopiem ewo Manchester City na no na Tottenham Hotspur for coach ari say do makofa na bakra kotofofro abapiem nkwan hu anase nsuo mu papa yi Nuno Espirito Santo what you say after say or baby show mu ewo Tottenham no one abrante Hurricane edidi nkomo yi ba na otumusa abrante no dan kwama bi wanya obetna Tottenham Hotspur boboko na akoso asi akan aboa amanema koye ne City for chese wo mo akofto no dia wo mo ebe yo mo sa dai so say match a edi o mani mo any City for ba begina no abrante Hurricane ebe she Tottenham Hotspur for Jesse edi asi akan edi ama Tottenham Hotspur we any someone Nuno Espirito Santo say yanka ema City fans say mo rebe buo say ebe ye mo how ebe mo yawo say so say mo so enya de mo ni beju mo say yanka na maso nte say abrante Hurricane oni bebia eko say Tottenham Hotspur boboko man obetna na e say the Real Madrid for atiasem dey say abrante Eden Hazard okopie na ka chia menua sen wani enye se wo ka kire kra san se abrante no training a wo de ehyehyɛ so no nya sepetwa wotimu se ne bag otam bag wa hyehyɛ bag ne ba ebi ebo n'echi ebi edinani no wo de ko san so boss ye tutuma no obiem no de ne ti pem no de na pem obiri no asi je se press up abrante tumi ye press up 500 non stop wotimu se nani abri ye ba san so na lifting so tumi pegya nade o pegya nade echen eye Ghana Athens la o mo eko Olympic game o mo ko jeja weight lifting na ma o man Ghana bra no abrante tumi pegya nade e bra sen o tumi se abrante Eden Hazard nani abri ye ba o che se yen kan che Real Madrid fans for say season we enya dia injury bia ba be ye asi akwan e dia ma no o ba be gina mu atoto ntena aboa ama Real Madrid for enso afọ mo ntuma pa bi e dia fra e ho a we any and some abrante Eden Hazard esi yen kan e ma amanfo so asunti na okoko bi mu a Liverpool. You will never walk alone. And one day, which you say, friendly match, I won't ever be now. Abbey, come on. Liverpool above friendly match, do not a few way. Now, much I say, and no other day, against Osasuna, or one day, Osasuna, or Macau, me and son, Osasuna, Etimubako, a brantier, a Femino, Sasso, and Minamino, which I drove. And also, it's a can be at Tontana, and the man, a Liverpool, and they Liverpool for HSA, see, I don't know here, ADDO, Bia, or here, baby, as I say, 90 or a idea won't be to me. I talk also, see a kind, Apua, Amanema Poye, a woman says City, no, Airtor, United, Airtor, Chelsea, Airtor, Nas, one more year, almost a Salah, and if Femino, Sadio Mane, no, Van Dijk, no more way, or more, Edion Benjamin. Na I season way a Benjamin Ebekoye at the Ama almost and then someone taking block. And so I can't a Liverpool fans phone now. So Mamu I wouldn't say all over the world no news are at the head over Bibia, a Brantia Lionel and John Messi. So Obeko PSG, so Obeko City, so Obeko here, Obeko and Branton said HSA young Kanchemu, say a day, one neighbor Safwa brought the Abbey yet the neighbor, one in a rate, and then a might back up Junkion. Na wahwe kwanya ebefa so na team a ewo nanim no anase enda aka wo nanim no team a ono mu ebisisa kan no ode ba betum anim ti sesi ade mo a mo keka mo kwakoda eye France atwen so oba mo a mo ko City se mo ko twen no ho no wo se ka kire mo se mo pa mo chow mo ma ne mbre kakra san se na no other press conference as so wo su ye no su ye enti ne yiri gusu a wo cheche ne re ene ne ma no so ye dada Messi na mo so sa e proper no sa wo fit o se ka kire mo se mo nya botre emre ni so a team a obekwa kobono obeka amamonso maso atibi na sabe ye de amane nsem esi na ya wuramu ewo fisem mu a ensem a ewo ba echese kotoko trene anase CEO a okita kotoko ne owura na ya amponsa odi asema ba bonten echese ewo mu se esi en slot no aba Africa aba so mo kode na so se enka ema fans no ente se enya dia Kumasi Asante kotoko afiwe Africa no omubeko sanse eka mene omo pa omo deka eka eda ho nya sepeto na anwa da Africa omo koye obi atumi ahi ni botom sikampo amfa amwa no enenti anam so eka bae sisi no omo hwe eka eda ho omo ko a na dia Africa ne ko no ebetumi afiba omo we ensema na ya ponsa se yeka ema ayekotoko fans enso aso NTV ye wramu so ewo hasa sisi ade otum se team of the moment o my Ghana mu we piemu a nyankontom na tie no womo eje omo samba wo bebi bia omo beko bia womo eche si ade womo ni tokbi afede dika so bom pa si ade menu ka se mrantie no andra de yon kopie mu ewo tokbi afede womo si wo no afie na so wo chairman fie ama womo de odo ebodo mu a aduane a ekoso no anya sempeto akra me di ma di procha no se we kotete ho na enam a na ededa mrantie no nua ne so no menua na esewani ehunfoni no titwa ide na so bibinti mitumi eyi enchemo meso ye ma me kakra de na ni na no embre esimu ye beda ni na so edi amomamu na eno ana togbi afede enso je eya akasafidie no eka nsem bi kire mnate no o chese esi ade epo amuku ye na no eso abanfaso edi amamu nemo sikapoti anase ade omu hia bia no ochina na me kase enwure pepepe ebe no nsia bebo no na obia accounts mu kunkron ebe reflect on accounts mu kama na amode abobra we ene ensema topi afede so ede to edwa ho na okokobie mu Hassan krona so abranti aye o mo sign na se captain Fatal Mohammed was say yen kanche phobia fans ene o my Ghana food na say si ade o mo ko Africa and they has air Africa after so many years no omo eko Africa akọbọ Champions League na wo se kwa omo kọ no enye kobi keke anase omo eko add on to the numbers a eko Africa no nebo omo kọ akọ press rota o man Ghana ya hwere emrating team nie no omo kọ akọ pre e dia ba omo se kwa omo kọ no omo akọ Champions League no e de aba o man Ghana mu we any abrantia ansem a abrantia Fatal Mohammed enso e de atudwa na abrantia no kan sem so a wotum se onim ne okaba o se ne o hwe ne press no anse ne nua no ana ne na wofo no modern ba wo mo bo o hwe Patrick Razak no o hwe eye afutu no radio vocal no a ene Richard Atabola order wo ko no wotum se da bi omo ko Africa wo mo ebetumi akonka Africa wo among the Champions League no abepim e wo man Ghana we ene esema Fatal se yenka e ma T4 so anasa hwefo maso enti ne mani so hu ne ekoso e wo akrasofo enso eboboko na anamon wa said den ha yibewie no ewo aboboa no enti ene aha ene brebe ma kwan ema ye dem ne nsem a anasa gudie mu nsem a eboboa no ye din na eba be so na nyame adom a ochina anasa ochina ye besan aboma kwan mu bio ewo afidie so na hye ne so se edi no ino na amwako asakese and confirm me producer Pepe Diabu Abdul Hakim Roland Razak papa e bia ko trick of the man na nanum enanam ono ena media sadakese man so and a sound man akwesi the Hollywood man ono so atutu sound no kama ama bibia ekoyi asadakese enkoma the primus inter Paris ankasa ofia Mr. Kingsley Tete asadakese enkoma sorry so na minua bema no abrante the freshest no ofia ko Frasta House in na ebetlechi ono so atu aso edit media no ama Makram.
No cre nana yebeda se na Messi asemu yi na o bono man ti se o bo Manchester din o se Manchester so ye di na chi o
Manchester Niska Manchester to me for Chelsea Messi
oh so the same
I want to be Tom Messi
Messi ka di top Pogba mo ni eyi yentumi fa bi nto Messi
na Manchester to me Tom Messi so beto no kra na
bebe o yentumi ntu ya ne ka na yentumi nto no emu de hi na wo kan
Menka according to financial fair play Manchester this season so beto Messi kra next season asem
si sika na kon kan this season
o to me nto no oh ha no kra nko
ento ya team men betumi ato Messi
team we betumi ato Messi a na Paris Saint-Germain
Madrid kra betumi ato Messi
David
Oko Madrid don't me mo a big rival
on no kra de anka onu kra Messi kra onko
nti say ani ni nyina sa eye Paris Saint-Germain
PSG no kra na wo ko no problem o ne say ne rival pa enso
ne mana
David Abraham Sergio Ramos
Ramos call PSG
PSG
ene na ni nje
o ne Messi ani hia ba ku se bia ye nim how ambekoso go sa issue no
oh but we say football enti
that's right
yeah say enuanum kra opponent ye nim ye ho ba ye bo wie de nim ye ho ne Sergio de wa di Messi ewu
wa di na wu papa they say only the kwakwa teammate
there o training ground obetwa no o training ground ni obetwa no asemo hasidie
also be go Africa na and likely because of your body this season I'm bet me ache
I don't know as when you gidie bi wo hase bi mu ama na wonni ye kwa Africa wonni bo Esperanza bo wonni bo airline bo wonni bo
complete efficacy buti ya teams na modern bo
sa
efficacy be be type efficacy teams mo modern bo
say be efficacy na nkoya mamu en just team wo bombody
ye wo mujidie de ko machi so na ye bia ma ya basa na dey grama na the real sa let's say la le mu na ma ho de asa
sa
oh la li Uzamale TP Mazembe Esperance of Tunis ni ma de adi na mo jiji champions
me ko de Mazembe na no mi o hia ha se be ha me
o mo le go mo bo kra ko hwe be on position mo da
TP Mazembe no
oh na TP Mazembe kra ni mo TP Mazembe wa tonsu
sa
has kwa obeji oh has kwa obeji has ma me nchira ni has ewo some kind of charisma bia
oko international tournament
yeah papa
on danko bebre but oko
o ya de and this is the ocean nanti as of kita and the kind of coach a wo mu kita kra no just say hardly say obetumi atram like obe palm so and also do ma chibe cafe just like that you can't
mo se wi ase ni anyambe bia yi o edumre bia ha se gu wie yi o ohona has a dear picture sabria. Between one
and it's the catcher commercial at the Coton for some sorry. I do my young crew if you're best sorry. Almost sorry because supporters has supported Solé. Who secretariat every year the day.
Driver cry jai. Driver cry jai has. Oh no, equipment
officer.
Jai has.
What you say? I mean, I said fans no solid. Now we push the board, we push the directors, we push the CEO, we push the team.
We pay warm.
We some questions. Oh, I question obi atete was ade.
Na nko ya no bi e kana
but has fans no solid ya we go secretary again.
And then no ma fuck up mienu.
Ana enema akoye dia mo.
Less than let me say second round
now has started.
Because first one has that's a fee for Zahi. Almost all of a sudden.
Coach Kweja
Omo now has the ball without a coach.
Yes.
All of a sudden now Nema best summer has a major league.
All of a sudden now has and that's all. Until they be asking there one kasa o 3-1.
Yeah, you to all right, so that was Nana Enoch, aka Nana B, with the sports update for you. I'll be going for a commercial break. When I come back, we'll get into our stories. I'll be right back. welcome back from the commercial break. You're still watching Premium Express on Premium TV. Yes, we are about to discuss our topics for the day, and it's going to be a whole lot. We have a whole lot. Let's not forget that the show is proudly sponsored by Premium Media College. Premium Media College. In case you want to be a journalist, any course you want to do in journalism, you can apply. Our forms are out. Enroll now and then be tutored and be nurtured into our journalism fraternity. You can also follow us on Facebook. It is Premium TV Ghana, Facebook Premium TV Ghana, and then on YouTube as well. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is Premium TV Ghana. Subscribe and then get updated as to whenever we are online with entertainment, educative shows right here for you. Of course, we have a lot of shows here. We have relationship talks, we have sports shows, we have health shows, we have social issue shows, and a whole lot. We have a whole lot of shows right here for you. And so subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and always get updated. Yes, moving on to our first story. There's this Reverend pastor who happens to be very popular in the country. I mean, he has one or two terms that immediately you mention it, everybody gets to know him. Immediately you mention Ayakiki Ayakaka. Immediately you mention Iron Boy. You mention Aputo. Everybody seems to know this man of God, you know. And recently, we just got to know that he has been installed as a king in Accra here, and it was amazing. I mean, people were so much amazed as to a pastor being installed as a king. The combination of these two things. I mean, I wouldn't want to talk much on it. Let's go and then watch the video as to how Reverend Obofu, of course, I've already mentioned the name, Reverend Obofu was installed as a king in Accra here. Let's go watch the video.
Yes. When you go to the Namu Jane, Namu, when I was away. In Gabo, what about the Gabo? What about the Hino? How do you get it? How do you get it? Yes, ma'am. You know what I know about that? Yes, ma'am. What was I going to repay? How do you want to get it now? Let me go back for a happy yes, ma'am.
The first. ni oti to a to so mi simple match ana wala wo ejira wani ejira mi di fi mi kuro ene bank na mo be di ba the show mo ona mo bani fu ada wo fasisa no the side you know esre wo tina wani ene mi so ya chi we are saying we will be in the mobile building the way you and then they are only saying at the take attack you be kind about it is not perfect for your man it's what you show was someone to suffer area and the shoe is to talk our bread Baba, you saw me yari. Saya yari. Nam share that na me chima na mama. Ese so bi o se osoro mi me kon o se ba. Ase me ba ali ahoko. Ali wo bu e be tie wa. Enye nhira ma wo. Ni o ti ntwa. O ye se pe ma cha. O to so mi. Ni nhira ni so kame. Me no bu so na me ma ani ma se fo.
So that was the video you just watched. I mean, I'm trying my producers you get the other video about him dancing. You know. He also has another dancing skills. I mean, of which actually I taught him actually, so it wasn't bad anyway. He tried, but not to be compared to me. You understand? So yes, that was AKUFFO being installed as the king. And Nana, well, you have already introduced you. Let me introduce my other guest, Anita. Anita, I hope all is well. Yeah. You seems not to be. You seems not to be okay. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm very okay.
Did you have 4 legs yesterday?
Oh, nah, only 2 legs.
2 legs. You don't
Every
do.
human being has 2 legs.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's true. Anyway. All right. Okay. So, Nana, getting to AKUFFO's issue. Is it good as a man of God to also be installed as a king?
Well, first of all, let me thank you, and also let me appreciate our viewers as well.
Yeah.
Nana, this is a very serious and delicate issue. To be honest with you, you can't just say it as how you think. So when you are talking about issues like this,
You need to go
be
a
very
bit
careful.
strategic.
A bit strategic.
That's right.
Where you are coming from as well. You asked me that is it good for a pastor or a man of God to be installed as a king?
Yeah.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that because even in the beginning, we have kings that was actually ordained by God himself.
Okay.
Like the likes of David. David was anointed by Saul to be a king of Israel. So it tells you that God actually have this kind of bond with kings when it comes to governing its people.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter who, and even the question is, who is a man of God? Somebody who does the work of God is also a man of God. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in church and preach.
I mean, this is the same man who came on to say that God has never called anybody. If you say God has called you, come and prove to him where you were before God called you.
But so he himself doesn't call himself a man of God.
I mean, yeah.
He's just doing what he thinks is right for him.
Yeah.
So being like say he said a man of God cannot be installed as a king. It's neither here nor there to me. Anybody at all can qualify to be a king. But the aspect, the regime in which he was taking isn't right, isn't the right way. That is when it raises much questions. Because look at somebody who doesn't belong to the Ghana tradition in any way. I was even looking at his background and checking the profiles of Obinim. I don't find any connection between him and Ghana lineage. Obofo. I don't see
any connection.
Any connection.
There's no relation.
There's no relation or whatsoever that qualify him to be a king in Ghana's land. It's a problem. It's a problem. And if you say the title for his seat is Boafo Hene, Nana Boafo, I mean somebody who helps. That's what the title of
now he's called Nijata.
Yeah. And the seat, the title is
Boafo Hene.
Meaning he helps people.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know the number of people above us help in Ghana here.
So if we are talking about people that help in Ghana, so are they saying they haven't seen despite?
I can't tell.
Are they saying they haven't seen Mahama? Are they saying they haven't seen AKUFFO? Ibrahim Mahama.
People Ibrahim Mahama feed a day.
You understand?
I have no idea.
Kennedy Japons and the rest.
I have no idea.
Are they saying they haven't seen, including myself? Are they saying they haven't seen me? Oh, but Nana, why are you laughing? I mean, what are you trying to say? No, I'm helping people. I'm helping people. Put it right. I'm helping people.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm helping people instead.
I thought you said you are feeding.
I'm helping people. If you take it on that feeding context, I mean, you are out of context. Let's continue.
Because Nana, it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I even wonder, even if they don't have to look further. We have Mr. Kingsley Tete, who is also a Ghana person.
Exactly.
Who is helping people.
Which we would have enjoyed so much.
Of course. And it is his right because he's a Ghana lineage. You understand? He belongs to the Ghana tradition.
That's right.
So why do you have to look at somebody who is an
that far?
If not because of something that we suspect.
So you believe there's some conspiracy over there?
Listen, where I was born, we have this king. I don't have to call him a king. We have these sub chiefs. Because of his money, he was able to go and buy the stool. He called himself a chief.
It happens.
You understand? So probably I can tell you that maybe it's because of money. There's somebody who qualifies for that particular position. There's somebody there who qualifies to be there. Nana, we have to be very careful as a nation. Things that we have been doing of late, it tells you that we are headed towards doom.
Is it because we've lost our tradition as Africans?
Maybe we've lost the tradition.
Because I believe before a king can be installed, there's a tradition, there's a root, there's a clan, there's a family lineage connection before you can be installed. Because you can't just come out from anywhere and say, I want to be the chief, I want to be the king. It doesn't happen.
People are buying
the stools are meant for families. They are meant for royals. So if somebody who has no relation to the Ghana, maybe, let me say it this way, maybe the stool is not in connection of the Ghana tradition. You understand? Just like you go to the north, they've for example, Shatawale is a king in the north. You know that. Stonebwoy is a king in the north. But they are all kings. But it is not related to the tradition of the northerners.
If so, then I must say that we are wasting our time on so many things. Because this is if you watch the celebration, I saw the Gamma
himself. Nitaki, I stand to be corrected. I want to
I
mention
saw
the
him there. If not, if maybe you can play the video. We saw the Gamma
He was there. He was there. Yeah.
So, what are you trying to say? That is not, it has nothing to do with the kingship. It has nothing to do with the tradition. Then what are you doing there as the major king, the king of Ghana? Traditional council, traditional land. What will you do there? Another, we have to be very careful as a nation. Because if we sit down to use our money to be buying kingship,
To get to a time,
it will get to a time that we will not even have a well-respected king.
armed robbers will rule us.
Yes, because they have the money.
Yes.
And if you have the money, you can go and buy the seats of Asante Mine or
That will be very
Ghana
difficult.
land.
To buy the stool of
It
the
started
Ashanti.
somewhere. As it started like this, small, it is getting somewhere.
Anyway, I'm wondering, even when you go to Arab, you can't just stand up and say, I want to be, what do we call it? These Arabs, their names. This sheikh. You can't just stand up and say,
Khalifa.
you see, you need to be somebody from that family.
Of course.
But I don't know. At the end, I don't know whether we waste our time or we don't know what we are after or our tradition. I don't know.
With all the money Bill Gates is having, he cannot go and call himself, or he cannot go and buy the seat of
The British, the Queen Elizabeth.
For what reason? Because you have money. You can't do that. So we should check our financial ability in this country. We should check it. If
There should be a limit.
money, it doesn't mean that he can take everything that he wants. No, we don't do it that way.
That's right. Thank you, Nana. Let me go to Anita. Anita, you see, checking this, yeah. Somebody being installed as a king, let's say a pastor. When it comes to chieftaincy, it deals with pouring of libation. It deals with the gods, and then you being a man of God. Do you think Obofo can do these two together?
Thank you, Nana. Well, greetings to all our viewers. For me, I don't agree with Obofo being part of the kingship, and because even in the Bible, I don't know much about the Bible. But God stated,
you don't go to church.
I go to church already.
And then you don't study the Bible.
I study.
Okay.
Nana, you wait, let me land.
Okay, you go.
So, even in the Bible, God stated that He is a jealous God.
That's true.
And if
you
I'm
cannot
not
worship
wrong,
two masters.
The Israelites, when they were worshiping the gods, you know what happened? So how can you, a whole pastor? I mean, it's not. It doesn't make sense. How can you go and stand for a chieftaincy or be part of? Okay, after slaughtering the cows or the goats and those stuff on your leg, then you go back to the church to preach. What are you going to preach about over there again? You yourself, you are selling at the phone and those oil stuff. Yes.
Spiritual mobile money.
So that it will prevent those demons from attacking you. Now you've entered into that demon's ring.
The gods are not demons. They are they are just like we have the Bunduism, we have the Muslims.
But
they are not
Christians,
demons.
we believe it's bad for you to be closer to the gods, right?
But why don't we believe that for Muslims is bad, for Bunduism is bad?
Your religion is different from us.
You know, tradition is also a religion.
Yes, so then join one. You
Okay.
can't combine the two. You can't say two masters.
That's right.
So now, if your the township is having a deba, which you are supposed to attend as a pastor, and then you are having a service too, which one are you going to choose, right?
That one, Obofo needs to answer.
Yes. So as a pastor, you don't have to go for those kind of kinship and those stuff.
I don't know, but
And then preach to others
honestly speaking, this is my first time
It's done
hearing
nowhere.
a pastor being installed as a king.
It's done
I stand to be
nowhere.
corrected if there are other ones somewhere, but
As my brother was saying, I think he bought it. Yes, because as for kinship, what I know is let's say family hereditary. So if this person is not around, the next person who is the rightful owner of the stool. So how can you from a different region come and then be installed here whilst you're not part of that community or that tribe?
Exactly, you know.
So you got it.
What
Can a pastor, but what at all do you want?
Are you saying that in a way Obofo wants fame or wants to rule some kind of people on earth?
For me, I'll say he wants to rule because of his money.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it doesn't make sense. What I thought you want
you
you
see,
get money from your church members.
Please, when you say it doesn't make sense, indirectly you are telling me that the kings that were there too, they don't have sense to be there. But it shouldn't be so.
It shouldn't be so. But
it is not right.
Sometimes if an elderly person is going the wrong way, you need to tell the person.
Yeah, but it should be a rightful way. You can't just go straight and tell the person that my brother.
Sorry for that. But
yeah.
I think they too did not sit down and then think well. Because how can you give a stool to someone who is not from the religion or from the community?
I mean, they didn't even see me. That is my problem. At least
you dressed today, I think you were prepared for that.
Please, don't go with my dressing. I beg you, don't go with my dressing. I mean, you see, it should be some sort of competition. Because of that, I want to launch a campaign. I don't know if you people will support me. Nana, I don't know if you people will support me. I want to do hashtag bring back the stool.
Bring back the stool.
It
belongs to the Ghana tradition.
Thank you.
You are not part of the Ghana tradition. You also like it, man.
Yes. Okay. My guy is not good, so this one will be a problem.
And then you want to be a head.
But Obofo is not. It's an Ashanti person.
Do you have money?
That is another topic for another day.
For me, I think they had it more. To be honest, irrespective of how much he has been helping people, irrespective of the number of people he helps.
He always
it doesn't qualify.
No, hold on. We see when it comes to even helping somebody, are they saying they didn't see the Otta Bells?
I can tell.
Are they saying they didn't see the Duncan Williams?
And I don't think they'll go for it. Those people you are mentioning, yes. I don't think they'll go for it.
Maybe.
Okay. I see. Yeah.
Yes.
But for Obofo, come on. I don't see the connection anyway.
I mean, Obinim is even around.
It doesn't even fit him. It doesn't look like a chief or a king. Yes.
Wow.
So now
You say he doesn't look. I could see. Please look for the other video that on the arrival he was dancing. Yeah. I want us to watch that video.
Nana Bafo Jata Obofo.
Reverend Obofo.
How can an angel be a chief or a king?
So it's going to be Reverend Ni Jata
You not go for doctorate.
Obofo. No. You see, all this title now is being bought. Gone are the days you have to learn to a certain level to become a doctor.
And for me, I don't see any problem with him
There is
being
a
the
problem.
chief. I don't see any problem. I don't see a pastor being a king or I don't see any
No,
problem with
you
that.
can't serve two masters at the same time.
Which are the masters?
That is God and the gods.
And God approve of kingship. God approve kingship.
Then the one that God
who
approved
appoints
is different from now because they don't slaughter.
So those days he was yes.
There's no
What is different?
that kingship that God was having the bond with them was let's say this community because God doesn't want any bad things to happen like robbery. This person will take this committing adultery. He placed someone there so that you'll be the head of them.
That's right.
If any issue comes, they bring it to you for you to solve for them. It doesn't mean go and slaughter those things that they are doing now. So it's different. Those days, bond that God was having with the kingship is different from now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't agree with them going as a pastor being a
But
king
Nana,
for now.
there's one strategic way here. I don't know if it crossed your mind. When Obofo was speaking here, he made mention that so from you sumo, from you meba, na semamba nyami enjimi kremfi himself. That is not supposed to be the way. It should have been the gods rather.
Exactly.
So why would you change that aspect to God? Are you saying you are taking the tradition to Christianity, or I mean, what is what is that?
You see, there's nothing wrong with what he said. Who are the gods? You see, in the olden days, our forefathers worship the true God through their smaller, like the gods that you are saying. They mention them, they mention their name just to worship their own the God.
Because I want you to put the video of him dancing on the screen for me. Yeah.
The gods that they mention. It doesn't mean that they don't know what they are doing, or they don't know the kind of God they are worshiping. It doesn't mean that. Now, you are saying that AKUFFO should have used the word gods, instead of saying, but the thing is, who can kill? Who can give life? You understand? Who give life?
But here lies the case, you are swearing to the gods.
To who? You are swearing to the gods. To who?
You see what I was saying?
All right, so let's go and then.
AKUFFO is serving 2 masters over there.
Okay.
So you see what I was saying?
It is not serving
Swearing
2
and
masters.
adding God's name.
It is not serving 2 masters.
So you see, at that time, AKUFFO is serving 2 masters.
Exactly, because you are dealing with the gods,
yes.
and then you are mentioning God's name in it.
No, gods don't have the strength. I will believe in them.
Now who are the gods
anyway?
But you see,
who are the gods? If she can tell me who a god is.
No, they
you already know.
I mean,
that's what the traditionalists say, and they believe in it. We the Christians don't believe in it.
Where from Christian?
But they
Where from Christian? Who is a Christian? What are you talking about? If you say God, who is a God?
Akwesi, please try and get Pastor Prince on the line for me so that I can talk to him about this thing. It's getting controversial here. Now, one thing I want us to also have a look at. You see the video on the screen, yeah? At a point in time, he's been stood in the Ga area, right? But at a point in time, he's dressed everything like the Ashanti. Even he was dancing like the Ashanti. Now, what difference does this make?
This is where
I don't know if it shows like everything is just mixed off like that.
Exactly. That is how I'm saying. They made a mistake by allowing him to be their king, to be the king of on the Ghana, because it is a mix up of two ethnic or two tribal.
Give me the sound. Let's hear. I mean, how he was.
Looking at it, he has no knowledge about the Akan tradition.
Look, he was just dancing like the Ashanti. Look.
He has no knowledge about the Akan tradition.
I mean, you see, it's really funny. You are being installed in the Ga area through the Ga, so you don't even know. Everything seems to be like an Ashanti. Honestly speaking, everything from head to toe. It means he planned everything himself.
Yes.
I don't know if you get me.
What I know about kingship is when you are before you be installed, you will be in a room where they will be teaching you
all these things.
So I don't know whether they taught him or he doesn't.
And who even?
But they just went to him and then.
And we even taught him how to. Yes. So look at how the guy is dancing. Tells you directly that it's like an Ashanti instrument.
About the Ghana tradition.
No, the thing is, as you said, they plan everything. They stayed in the room. They talk about it. This thing they are doing didn't have just happened.
Just happened, yeah. That's right.
Several consultations.
Yeah.
Talks has gone
on for a while.
So if the Ghana Manche has allowed this thing to go on,
it means he's also aware.
Then it means he's aware, and maybe it doesn't cause any havoc to their tradition. Maybe.
All right.
You understand?
Yeah.
They allow it to go on because we are taking. You see that the world is changing. We are modernizing everything.
Tradition is tradition.
Exactly. Tradition cannot be changed. I like that.
On in some traditions, okay, so it doesn't matter. Of first, like I said, I seminar your speed, you can't get closer to it.
So now you think it is dynamic. So
it is dynamic.
And it shouldn't be that way.
it is dynamic. Things are changing, so we need to influence a whole lot of things, and we need to put in things and take some out and all that.
Make it modernized.
First, when the kings died, we have to kill people to bury him, but we don't do that anymore. So you understand? So it tells you that the world is changing. Things are also changing. So for me, I don't see anything wrong.
If the world is changing, there are some things that shouldn't change. Because tradition is tradition. Say there, okay, I say a young woman at the end, yes. It's supposed to be that way, so that one can say, oh yeah, because say, hey, sign for next year, and I say, obi humia, yeah, the maybe quite if you have a can say. So if you are modernizing everything now, and on a master here, obi choose.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That even God Himself is changing His policies.
In the Bible.
Yes.
All right. I think it's okay, gentlemen. I think we would have to leave this to.
God has to speak through a prophet before it gets to you. But now it comes to you direct.
But I mean, we have always been having our dreams. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then, all right. So. All right, we will leave that. Please. I own this show. Please, I own this show. All right, so we will leave this to Pastor Prince to debate on that, and then we know the outcome. There are several shows on Premium TV that discuss things of that sort. All right, such as Chewa Mamre and all those stuffs. We will be talking about those ones. Okay, so we will leave that one. If I leave the two of you, we can debate till the next morning. I understand. All right, so moving on to our next topic for discussion. All right, let me put it this way. Honorable Achimamenu, the Minister for Health, recently went in for the purchase of another dose of the COVID vaccines. Now, he gave a whole lot of description to us how the dose was being purchased. According to him, he said that, well, the dose per vaccine is $9. And according to the world, the vaccine is being shot. And so they have to go through an intermediate to be able to get the vaccine within a short period, because let me put it this way, there's lines. So many countries are registered, and if we don't take care, I mean, it wouldn't even get to our time. So we have to go through an intermediate. Now, the intermediate getting the vaccine for us is taking $10 per vaccine, making it $19 per vaccine. And they are ordering about 6,000 vaccines into the country. At the long run, he was called to Parliament Select Committee to come and justify whatever he was saying. And then it got to the notice that there's some sort of conspiracy somewhere. There's sort of corruption somewhere. The people seems not to understand. So therefore, quickly, Occupy Ghana had to drag the Minister of Health to CID. Immediately, there was this news being dragged to CID. The next morning, we just had an information that the minister has called on to the intermediate to refund the rest of the money for the purchase of the dose. Almost about $2 million. And when it came like that, the people were like, what is happening? Is it because he's afraid of losing his job or what? And then, not a while ago, Sheikh has also responded to the letter that yes, they have received the letter and they are going to refund the money to the country. I have the press release here, and quickly I'll be reading one or two paragraphs in it, and then we go on to it. As it stands now, it is a bit dicey as to who is really telling the truth on this whole issue. I am still searching for the what do we call it? Okay, so I have had it here, and this is from Ministry of Health, and it says the Honorable Minister of Finance, okay, refund to the government of Ghana of the balance of payment for 300,000 doses of Sputnik V vaccine. Okay, so the minister writes, we refer to letter number. Okay. Let me go down here. I think this is the most important part. The private office of His Royal Highness, per the correspondent, has honorably agreed to refund an amount of $2,470,000. Okay, being the balance left on the 50% advanced payment of $2,850,000 United States dollars. As you may recall, the private office of His Royal Highness supplies 20,000 doses of Sputnik V vaccine out of 30,000 doses. Out of 30,000 doses expected of the first French amounting to 380,000 United States dollars. The Ministry of Health hereby requests for your outfit to provide the Sputnik V vaccine transfer of the amount of $2,470,000 to the government of Ghana. This is the letter from the Ministry of Health to the Finance Ministry, and then copied to Sheikh to refund the amount. Now, Sheikh has also come out with a press, and it says Ahmed Dalmok Al Matnouk, and it says, Dear Honorable Minister, we acknowledge your receipt of your letter reference number Health Service 2nd of August 2021 with a formal request to refund the remaining amount of the non-supply dose of the 50 advance transferred to our account. As per record, we have received the following. Okay, so this is the records that was received. Total amount for 300 doses. 50% advance received through the letter of credit, not drawn. Okay, that is $2,850,000 US dollars. And then it says 50% advance received in our account. It's the same amount, $2,250,000. And then mini amount for 20,000 doses supplied is amounted to 380,000 US dollars. Balance amount to be refunded to government of Ghana is $2,470,000. We hereby request to kindly acknowledge and confirm the above mentioned amount to be refunded further to the government of Ghana. So that is also the press from Sheikh, who has also agreed to refund the amount. Nana, my problem is it Ghana that we are in a rush over all this vaccine, or it is the minister who is not telling the truth? Because according to what Sheikh has brought out, it specifies clearly that everything is in order.
Thank you very much. If you read the letter very well, it is the minister who wrote to the Sheikh
To refund it. Exactly.
And the question is, you ask that, is it the minister who wrote the letter by himself, or after the passion and the Buhara that went on Parliament that inspired the minister to write that letter to the Sheikh?
You see, I've noticed something here, all right? The letter is dated 2nd August. Now, this whole Buhara started somewhere around 5th August.
Exactly. 5th August?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yes. He went to Parliament Select Committee on 2nd August.
But before then, before the 2nd August, this issue was there before he went to the Parliament Committee. to respond to certain questions. If you can remember, it was only the Trump who raised this particular issue at first. So this all boils down to some appointment that our president has
I would want you to put the picture of the Minister of Health, Ajiman Manu, on the screen for my viewers to also have listen. Yeah.
So as I was saying, there have been several appointments made by the president which is actually retrogressing the development of this country. I don't know whether he doesn't see it, but from where I am sitting, I can clearly tell you that there are some appointments it's not necessary. Why do you have to appoint such a good man to be in charge of the health sector?
Let's. Our time is fast spent. At 1 minute.
For me, I can see he is tired because this deal actually, it is not like we can't say he wanted to dupe the nation, but because of oversight. It was due to oversight.
I mean, in Parliament, he even made a comment that he's sorry and he must be a fool to sign such an agreement.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank
you sign an agreement without reading through.
Without reading through. This tells you that the man is tired. Just do a reshuffle. You understand? We need to reshuffle the ministers so that we can get beautiful and vibrant people to be in those sectors to work efficiently. This is what we are requesting for. If you put an old man there, he is tired. Look at this sector, health sector is such a huge sector.
Yeah.
Very, very huge.
Yeah.
This man alone. We cannot control all that. So I'm not surprised that this particular deal was actually going to cause a problem. It was actually going to cause a problem to the country. And now after the minority MPs stood up and asked questions, people were talking before he realized that he had to write a letter to the sheriff.
All right. Thank you very much, Nana. I am sorry we couldn't get into the details, much details of the story. I believe tomorrow we will go into it a bit more so that we get to know what is really happening. We will get you more sources and then get to know what is happening. But before that, this is where we end the show. Let me say a very big thank you to my panelists, Anita, Nana Enoch, and then to my newspaper reader, Magdalene, and also to the MCR, Akwesi Kisi, my cameraman, Razak, and then to the CEO himself, Mr. Kingsley Tete. Once again, happy belated birthday to you. We wish you long life and then prosperity. At least at the end of the day, we get something to chop, you know. Yeah, so, I mean, happy belated birthday to you, Mr. Kingsley Tete, once again. This is where we end the show. God willing, tomorrow we still come your way with Morning Express. Until then, I am your host, Nana Eboa. Goodbye.